Hello, everybody. This is Sean Hill of thewealthofchoice.com. And what I want to talk to you today is how do you go from being invisible to a legend in your Infinii business? And now, why would you want to be a legend? Well, not just because of the name and the recognition. When you think about the greats in the network marketing industry, we're talking about, Jim Rohn, the Eric Worre's, those people, and so many more that I, don't want to name right now. Those people make tremendous amounts of money, but they also have tremendous influence in a positive way in people's lives. So when we talk about being legendary, the more legendary you are, the more positive influence and the more lives you can reach. And so how do we make that transition? Now, not everybody wants to do it, and that's okay. I do. And I have every belief that that's going to happen, but it's not going to happen overnight, and it's not going to happen without a process. So what is the process of going from invisible to legendary in your Infinii business? Well, the first step is to go from invisible to being average. And so when we're talking about now, average in the network marketing industry can be very, very lucrative. It can be very nice. There's nothing wrong with being average, because then at least you're moving up the ranks. You're moving up the scale. So how do we make that transition? And to do that, you have to become great at recruiting. Because when you become great at recruiting, what happens? You get noticed. You start moving. You make that transition from being invisible. Now all of a sudden you're getting noticed. Your name is getting called out. People are respecting you. You have a level of notoriety. And so making that transition to from invisible to become a recruiting master is key. And there are certain skills that you want to have to develop. And we'll talk about those in a different video. But it's what I want to paint here is the big game plan, the blueprint, so you can follow it and get to where you want to get to. So what do you want to do if you want this? Now, if you don't, this is not for you. But if you do, go from invisible to a recruiting master, and you can absolutely do that with certain skills. You can absolutely make that happen, but you have to want it. That has to be a goal for you to become really good at recruiting. And you see some of the best ones, they're really great. We're talking about the Reginald Stensons. We're talking about the Keisha Bass, the Jock T. Morrises, who can just recruit on demand almost. But it took them a while to get there, and they had to develop certain skills. Absolutely, you can do it, but that's that first step. So that's going from invisible to average. Now that next step is to go from average to being a leader. Well, what do we need to do to make that transition? That's where we move from recruiting to duplication. Because here's what can happen. You can recruit a lot of people, but if you're not duplicating, if they can't recruit, or if they can't recruit some or a lot, then you're always going to be in recruiting mode. So you're just going to always be at that level. When you move from to average to being a leader, we're talking about duplicating your efforts. We're talking about you helping other people become average. And so you move people up, you help them recruit. And how do you do that? Because as we think about recruiting and helping people, you can probably have what's called a span of control of about 30 people. That's about as most as you can realistically, quote unquote, manage. And even that is a full-time job with very low benefits that you're going to hate. Unless you have duplication, you're going to learn to hate that part of it. But you can manage about 30 people, touching them, okay, are you all right? How you doing? Da, 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 da. Okay, let's get to the meeting. Let's get on the call. Yada, yada. Full-time job, not the greatest benefit. So you really want duplication to take in. So what you want to happen, you have to do that. You have to have a strong DMO, daily method of operation. You have to have that consistency. And that's the same thing you do with your job. Most of us have a job. We have a routine. We have certain things that we do on a daily basis. Why? Because that consistency develops success. The same thing in your business. You want to have a daily method of operation so that every day is not brand new. You're having to make things up as you go. And here's what also happens. That's what duplicates. So if you have a daily method of operation that's successful, you give that to your people that you're recruiting, right? And then they develop those same skills day after day. Repetition is the mother of success. So you have to have a daily method of operation, and you have to have a strong getting started process. And here's where I failed in the past, and a lot of people fail, is you can recruit a lot of people, but if there's not consistency in getting them started, then you're going to constantly be in recruit mode. You're never going to duplicate. You're never going to have that residual team that you want to have, because you're just getting people in and leaving them, getting more people in and leaving them. And so those people just wandering around like they're lost. And what happens to lost people after a while, they quit. Like, I'm out of here. I don't even have any. And that's when the complaints start happening about my sponsor didn't help me and things like that. Well, if you have a strong documented process of how people can get started step by step, that's going to alleviate so much of a headache for you. And then that's going to help you move from average to a leader. Now, how do we go from leader to legend? You got to be able to promote. Now, I'm not just talking about promote people, but yeah, you have to be able to encourage and promote people and help people rank up and get to different positions. So you have to be able to promote them. But what you also have to be able to promote is the events. Events change lives. And so we're talking about going away to events. We're also talking about, getting on those calls, getting on those trainings, doing all those. You have to become a great promoter. Look at some of the biggest billionaires in our country or in our world. Those people are great at promoting. They know how to build excitement about something that's upcoming. They know how to build the joy of an upcoming release of something. They're great at promotion. And so when you get great at promotion, then you move from a leader to a legend. Because then people want to be around you. They're excited. They're excited about all the things that are coming. So that's the 3-step process. Once again, that's the big picture process. There are little details in the middle, but just go take it step by step. If you're invisible right now, that's okay. Learn the skills of recruiting. Learn the skills of recruiting. Then as you recruit more and you develop that, you become a great recruiter to to duplication. And that's where you go from being average to a leader. And then a leader to a legend, you got to learn to promote. Promote the events, promote the calls, promote the chain, trainings, but most of all, promote the people. Because if you promote the people, they will lift you up and you will be a legend. Well, I want you to have that kind of success in your Infinii business or whatever business you're in, and it's absolutely available to you. All you have to do is go to www.thewealthchoice.com if you're not already an Infinii member, and just go there and you're going to get some great information. And if this video helped you at all, then like, comment, and share it. Also, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel because we want to help you out as much as we possibly can. Once again, this is Sean Hill from beautiful Dallas, Texas, and I'm just wanting you to visit thewealthchoice.com because I absolutely believe that wealth is a choice. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.